everybody. Hope everybody's doing really well today. I'm here to do another newly released coloring books video that is a mouthful. I do actually have a couple of books I'll talk about that have not yet been released, but you can pre-order them already. Everything will be linked down below if you're interested to check anything out. While chit-chatting to you, I'll be coloring in my Rita Berman, My Trip Across Europe, I think is the title. This book is actually like a sad story in my collection because I had pre-ordered this book. I was so excited for it. I love Rita Berman stuff, and I am yet to complete a picture in here. So I've had this book for, gosh, nearing a year, maybe like 9-10 months, and I'm still yet to color in it. So I am working on this page here that has been a whip for quite some time. A long time ago, I did like these two flowers and then nothing else. So I decided I'll pick it up again, and I'm just using shades of blue and purple, so nothing groundbreaking here. I wanted to do some simple coloring, but then also give this book a little bit of love, because again, I just haven't colored in it yet, which I think is unacceptable in my humble opinion. But without further ado, let's get into the new coloring books. The first one is called Medieval Gnomes, and it is by Ava Brown. It was released on July 1st, and it's currently $4.27 in euros. And this book actually made me chuckle when I saw it. I saw it on Instagram originally because I do follow Ava Brown on there. But it made me chuckle because some of these images are just so, I don't know, goofy looking, but like silly. It's a really neat book. Definitely check this one out, even if it's just to look at the back cover. It's really interesting. So it has gnomes, but they're doing like quote unquote medieval things. I don't know. It's a cool one. I haven't seen anything like it before, and it just seems goofy and like sweet at the same time. Like, I'm just getting very strong like Lord of the Rings kind of vibes from it. I hope that makes sense to anybody at all when they see the previews, but you can see a handful of previews on Amazon, and yeah, they're funny. I actually kind of chuckled when I saw it. But it says, an adult coloring book featuring gnomes with horses, swords, queens, weapons, and more. So there are 30 images. You do get doubles, which is awesome. So overall, you will get 60 images to color. And they are single-sided. And you also get a digital copy. So technically, you get an unlimited version, unlimited quantity, I guess is what I was looking for, of these pictures. So I don't know. I thought this one was so funny. I think Ava Brown also sells on Etsy, if I'm not mistaken. So I think you might be able to purchase just a digital version of this book if you didn't want to get the printed version. So do check out their Etsy. If I'm not mistaken, they have an Etsy. So if you're not into getting a printed copy, you can also get the digital one. I'm starting to become more and more digital book friendly because of like storage capacity, and because it's obviously much easier to own digital books and move because you don't have to actually tow the books around with you. So again, that is Medieval Gnomes by Ava Brown, and it's brand new from July 1st of this year. Definitely give it a look-see. It seems funny. The next book I was a little skeptical about at first, but it seems to be like an authentic book. So, if you have information telling otherwise, please do let me know. But it's called Floral Designs, Mosaic Squares, Color by Number, and it's by Sonia Rai, R-A-I. So the reason I was a little skeptical about it is because I've never seen any other coloring books by this printing press, artist, whatever they are. I think it's a printing press. But if you look at the back cover, which they do have an image of, the pictures inside look pretty cool. They have a color palette of, let's see, 23 colors. It's a pretty straightforward color palette, so I figured I would include it because it seems pretty legit. So if you have tried anything else by this artist, please leave a note down below because I'm genuinely curious. If you've tried this book, what did you think? Did you like it? Did you not? So always love hearing, you know, opinions and feedback and everything like that. But this book, as promised, has 5x5 pixel sections, mosaics, kind of like Belba family style. And there are 30 images in this book. There are no duplicates and everything is single-sided. And it says numbers and colors are printed alongside the images also on each page. So that's awesome because Belba family books do not do that, at least the ones that I have or the ones that I've seen. So seems promising. I love the pixel coloring books. I think they're probably my favorite color by numbers like style of book. It used to be definitely not, but Belba family kind of changed my mind on it, and I've just been really enjoying them ever since. So I did also add this book to my personal wish list because it seems like it will be something right up my alley. I love a floral, obviously, and then also I love the pixel style books. But if you are into pixel style and you haven't checked out Belba family, which would be hard to believe, but they are definitely somebody you should check out for that. I feel like I'm getting very sidetracked in this video. Okay, moving on to the next one, and this is one you can pre-order, so not yet released, and it's called Home Sweet Home Coloring Book by Tansy Willow. And it will be released November 1st, and the pre-order price is $12.52 in euros. And it says this delightful coloring book gathers together a range of images that all speak of home. Home has different meaning for all of us. There are country cottages and city apartments, rooms that are grand and those that are more homely and cluttered. So includes 60 images printed on thick, high-quality paper. Okay. The images appear on single-sided pages to prevent bleed-through. And apparently it's part of a series, and the series is called Serious Creative Coloring. So I have never seen or worked in any of those books, but it says that they have sold over 10 million coloring books worldwide from that series. So holy manoli, that's a lot of coloring books. So I guess 'tis the new one. And I mean, it looks very sweet. It kind of gave me very similar feelings or images kind of as the Home Sweet Home by Teresa Goodridge, which I think is a beautiful book. So I think if you liked that one, maybe this one will also be something that you enjoy. Of course, please don't quote me on that, but it seems like a safe estimate. And I think I mentioned that it's November 1st when it will be released. The cover is really cute, has little animals like cluttering by the fireplace. Yes, please. I love me a cozy fireplace. It has been super hot here, so just, you know, thinking about having a fireplace makes me kind of cringe a little bit. But, you know, for the correct season, it is wonderful, and it is coming out in November. So I think that's a good timing for a book like that one. The next book that I'm going to talk about is pre-order available for Angela Porter, and it's her new book with Creative Haven, which she has a lot. Definitely not the first time. And the book is called Fanciful Birds. And let me tell you, they are very fancy. The title is very true. There's some fancy birds in here. And the book will be released January 18th of 2023. So that's really far away, but I feel like Creative Haven tends to announce their new releases really, really far in advance. I know because I was waiting for the Teresa Goodridge books for like ages, the ones that came out earlier this year. I'm still yet to get them, but I was really excited for their release, and I think they announced them like last summer or something like that. But anyways, Fanciful Birds. There are 31 images, and it says this whimsical collection features a wondrous array of birds, from ducks and swans to pigeons. I don't know how I feel about pigeons, parrots, and many more. And of course, everything is single-sided, typical Creative Haven style. Perforated pages, pre-order price $7.09. Can't remember if I mentioned that. It's always white paper. They're white-backed. And, you know, if you're not sure about how you will like this book, maybe check out some of Angela Porter's prior work, because I feel like the style stays pretty consistent. It is more on the Zen Doodly side, at least in my opinion. I don't have anything by Angela Porter because like Zen Doodly or Super Busy Pages are not really my cup of tea. I like when other people color it because I feel like some do color in every little part, some people color over it and kind of focus on the bigger areas. And I love that you have that option, and it kind of inspires creativity in a way. But I don't happen to have anything by Angela Porter. But if you like birds, especially the fancy kind, this could be a cool one, but you do unfortunately have to wait until January 18th of next year, which is crazy for me to even consider, because I feel like I just remember recently talking about how January 2022 is so far away, and somehow we're in July of 2022. I don't know. Time flies, I guess. But speaking of flying, fancy birds, right? That was an awful joke. But yeah, it looks like a really interesting book by Angela Porter in Creative Haven. The next book I'm going to talk about, I can't pronounce the title, so I'm just going to show the cover. Yeah. And it's the new mythographic book, and it's going to be released on March 21st of 2023. So that's like a 10-month wait, which is crazy, but they also tend to announce their books quite far in advance. It will be by Joseph Kottenbang. I'm struggling with speaking today. And the pre-order price is $19.25, so it is a pricier book, but I feel like mythographic books tend to be a little bit more on the pricey side. There are a lot of pictures of birds. So it says it's a book of winged beauties, and offers a stunning illustrations of birds and glorious environments to color. I think these books are single-sided, if I'm not mistaken. I could be mistaken on that, but I think the mythographic books are single-sided. Please let me know if that's not correct. But Joseph Kottenbang has done other books in the mythographic series, so you can always check those out to see kind of what his style is. But I'm glad that this series is continuing. I hope they get rid of those stupid hidden items. I don't know who likes them. I feel like I say that quite often, and like nobody ever comes out and says, oh, I enjoy those. So I hope they got rid of those silly hidden items, because they were always like an eyesore. And I feel like everybody whose video I ever watched and they colored in the mythographic books, they were trying to find a way to cover up the hidden items. At least that's what I do. But anyways, tis definitely a rampage about something else. Rampage? Rant. It's been a tough day of speaking for me. Moving on to the next book, and it will be released October 13th, 2022. So another, I guess, I don't want to say older, unreleased book is how I'll say it. And it is called Small World Coloring, and it's from Colorful World. The pre-order price is €12, and it will have 40 illustrations. And let me see the description. It's in German, so I need to translate it. Why stay on the ground when the world is best viewed from a bird's eye view? For those for whom coloring can't be detailed enough, there is now the first coloring book for adults. The Successful World Illustrations, Ursula Schwab. I'm sorry, this translation is awful. Anyways, it's things viewed from a bird's eye view. So that's why it's called small world coloring. It's by Ursula Schwab, I believe is how you say it. Again, the description that I'm viewing is in German, so my apologies for the translation. I don't actually speak German, even though I live here. So the translation was kindly provided to you by Google Translate. So the quality is therefore questionable. But if you enjoy detailed things, like coloring wise, I think this would be a cool one. I like Colorful World and their books. They tend to use nicer paper. It's not Amazon printed. I actually have a picture that I colored from one of their other coloring books hanging next to me right now. I had at least one of their books before. I did end up passing it on because I wasn't reaching for it, but they do use nicer paper. I believe it's single-sided. At least the book that I had was single-sided, I think. Yes, it was single-sided. The book that I had like a quote on the other side, but there was no images on the other side, so it was single-sided. But yeah, again, I feel like this video is a complete mess. But if you enjoy items that are smaller and more detailed to color, this could be a cool option. Or if you are a collector of the Colorful World books, as I've seen some people on YouTube are, here is a new addition to your collection. The next book I'm going to talk about is called In the Wild, and it's part of the Imaginaria, I think is how you say it, series of coloring books. And it looks so similar to like the mythographic cover that I have to assume they're somehow related. Please let me know if you agree, but it looks super, super similar. And it's by Simon Mendes. It will be released April 4th of 2023. Again, really, really far in advance. It's currently 1824. And it says it's a new coloring book of limitless detail and endless imagination. That's basically all that you get, which is really not helpful. But it says an artist coloring book for wonders inside the lines. If it's anything like Color Morphia, or the not Color Morphia. Why am I quoting wrong things? If it's anything like the mythographic books, it's going to be super beautiful and super detailed. But I'm just curious if this is a new line of coloring books from that printing company, because I haven't seen anything from this line before. If you have, please let me know. I could very much be missing something. Would not be the first time. But it looks really interesting. It looks very, very interesting. I like the cover. It has a beautiful, beautiful butterfly. And I think it's going to be animal-centric since it's called In the Wild. So I foresee some wild animals, birds, butterflies. I don't say beasts. Insects. I think that's the word I was looking for. So if that sounds like something you would enjoy, maybe give this one a look. But I do wish there was more information about it on Amazon. They tend to add more information when it comes closer to the release date. But right now there's obviously none. And hopefully they will also add maybe some sort of preview of the book. Again, usually if I like the sound of something that is going to be released later on, but there's not many details, I will add it to like one of my lists, and then I can check it out closer to the release date. And usually there's more detail, previews, information, you know, what have you. So if that sounds like something you would like, just add it to one of your lists on Amazon. But yeah, very curious about that one. And then moving on to a book that actually has been released. So not everything is a pre-order. And it's called Cute Chibi Girls and Animals by Colored Caramel. And it was released June 15th. And as promised, it's really, really cute. And it has chibi girls and animals. So There are some that are like cooking together. There are some that are just hanging out, and it's not just like one animal. Some pictures have multiple animals. There is a picture with multiple cats. I think I see 5, and I could be missing some of them. So definitely a cuteness overload, and I feel like Colored Caramel has been doing really, really well lately with producing really beautiful material. And it is Amazon printed. They're always single-sided. There are 25 unique images. There's no duplicates. The price is $8.55 at the moment. So I think it's an easy buy if you are a chibi enthusiast or like kawaii. I've basically in every video like this that I make, I always mention that that is not me. I don't really like chibi or kawaii, but if you do, all the power to you. I think these books are super cute. It's just unfortunately not something that I am drawn to. I wish I was, because they're really, really sweet, but I just don't see myself coloring in it. But these books I feel like are great for beginners because they're not crazy detailed. You can use your markers in there because of the single page situation. You know, bleed through is not a problem, as well as having darker line work. Just perfect for those of you that want to use your markers. The next book is another pre-order, and that will be for March 1st of 2023, and it's called Mystic Animals, Color Your Creature Companions. Oh, goodness gracious. And it's by Stratton Peterson. And it says, be enchanted by the power and beauty of the natural world with this stunning coloring book, filled with intricate illustrations by ink artist Stratton Peterson. So let's see if it's single-sided. It does not specify. That's lovely. And it says, Mystic Animals was brought to you by the publisher of the best-selling Kirby Rosanna's coloring book series. Amazing. So I'm assuming then that they're going to be double-sided if it's the same publisher, because the Kirby Rosanna's books, at least the ones that I've seen, have been double-sided. But that is just an assumption that I'm making because the description doesn't provide anything. But I mean, if it's in line with the Kirby Rosanna style of like book itself, it's going to have nicer paper. It's going to be double-sided, but because of the nicer paper, it will be water medium friendly. Unfortunately, not alcohol markers, but it looks cool. I haven't seen anything by Stratton Peterson before. The cover is stunning. That rabbit, I think it's a rabbit. I don't think it's a bunny, but I'm also not an expert. Looks so cool. And I love the striking black background of the cover. I think it makes the florals more vibrant. And this is also one that I added to my wish list because I want to keep an eye on it. There's obviously plenty of time before it comes out on March 1st of 2023. But I mean, with the way that things have been going, it's probably going to feel like tomorrow, which is terrifying. But it looks so cool. It looks so cool. And I'm so, so happy to see that more and more artists are going into the world of adult coloring. Another pre-order, I do apologize, but there's so many. And it will be released on October 18th of this year. And it's called Debbie McComber's Holy Jolly Christmas Coloring Book. And there was one last year as well. And from the beloved Queen of Christmas, Debbie McComber, comes a joyful adult coloring book featuring all new festive illustrations and activities. So if I'm not mistaken, the one last year, I think had like recipes in there as well or something like that. Yes, because it's including charming postcards, gift tags, recipes, and more. So yeah, so the one from last year had that as well. If you're kind of questioning this one, maybe look for the one last year because that one was a Christmas one as well. And also, I'm really happy that they're releasing this like in advance of Christmas, but also not too far away from Christmas. I don't know. I always struggle when an artist releases a Christmas coloring book like mid-December, because then you have a very short window of time to color before, you know, Christmas is actually over or the season. Or sometimes if an artist releases it in like August, I feel like you lose some of that, I don't know, kind of like anticipation of the book. I don't know if that makes any sense to anybody else, but it says, come to celebrate the holidays with Debbie McComber in a collection of gorgeous drawings ready to come to life on the page with your imagination, including quotes from her holiday novel Sand Tidings from the Queen of, I don't know what that means, from the Queen of Christmas herself. So Debbie McComber is an author. So she writes books, and then also those books become coloring books based on the stories and the scenarios and the recipes and stuff that are discussed in there. Again, I would highly recommend checking out the Debbie McComber book that came out last year, so you can kind of get a generic view of what to expect in this book, because I don't think the style is for everybody. I thought it was beautiful, but I mean, I didn't love it enough to purchase the book for myself. So definitely, if this cover looks interesting to you, check out the one from last year to save yourself maybe the trouble of having to return the book if you don't like it, or even get you more excited, or maybe you can get the older one in the meantime, because this again does not come out till mid-October. I don't know if I mentioned, but it's $17.95. And that's actually it. That's the 10 books. It's definitely a mix of pre-orders and newly released things. I will be making another one of these videos really soon because I have another giant list of new books. So if you do like this video, subscribe so you can see the new one when it comes out. But yeah, that's how the picture is turning out so far. I'm liking it. I think I'm definitely going to stick to blues and purples. I kind of want to keep it in the cooler tones. I was thinking of adding like an orange and a yellow. We'll see how I feel about it. But I do like it so far. Definitely a very straightforward, easy kind of color. But yes, thank you so much for watching. Again, everything is linked down below, but I will see you in the next one. Bye.